Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BioWare's podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me is the wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas.
How's it going, everyone?
Also, the PC muscle race himself, Mr. LeRon Dawkins.
How's it going?
Looks like you had a party in your bed last night, LeRon. Maybe we'll save that for after dark.
Yeah, all the evidence is gone. I'll put it that way.
Good thing you have a black light in there.
Speaking of parties,
oh God,
the man from LAN Party, Mr. Logan Corkins.
What up, y'all? How you doing?
And also, filling out this packed house is the PlayStation doctor himself, Mr. Austin Campbell.
That's right. We got a full house now.
Yeah.
I still don't agree with his credentials to be a doctor.
Yeah. Look,
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Hey, I knew an art history professor that was a doctor, and let me tell you, that person had no authority of digging through people's bones. So, just gonna say, we have a packed house, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, fellas?
Oh man, Ed texted me like a couple days ago. He's like, "I gotta work. Can you host?" I said, "I guess I can do that. I do that sometimes." So, hope everybody out there watching live is having a great week, having a great weekend. It's been a day already for me, but you know, it's fine. This is how being an adult works, I suppose. So
yeah, I had some work stuff come up this morning, but it was the more pleasing side of work. It was just dropping off someone's dream rig back at their house after doing some work on it, and hopefully they're loving it.
Nice.
I mean, I haven't gotten a phone call yet, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, I watched my nephews this morning, and they were playing some. They've discovered Xbox. Okay, they have a Switch, and my brother-in-law has an Xbox, but they're like really discovering Xbox. So they were going through my Xbox One X is hooked up in my office, and they decided that they wanted to play Lego Star Wars.
Good game.
Yeah.
So that's also my older nephew discovered Indiana Jones for the first time. I was like,
nice.
You're gonna be
Playing Lego Indiana Jones?
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to get into this housekeeping. This is the Boss Rush Podcast, the flagship show of the Boss Rush Video Game Podcast Network. Each and every week, we get together with our friends from around the internet to talk about games and everything we love about them. You can find the show on podcast services, YouTube, and our website every Monday morning. If you like the show, remember to hit that subscribe button, and please rate and review us wherever you listen to us, and check out our entire family of shows and podcasts on bossrushgames.com. Sorry, Ed, I threw out your show notes. There was a nice list of things to, talk about and do today. I threw them out. You know why? Because Ed wrote them down, and this is my show now. Tossed them out.
Well, and
he is the captain here.
My question that I'm guessing he probably put in there that I had come up with was like, this only works because Corey's not on it, because mine was a music based one.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, no, I'm sure you could have came up with something for. My question was just like, what's a game that introduced you to new music, and what band was it?
Oh, Tony Hawk. That's
something like that.
Answer.
Yeah, I know.
SSX.
Well, I mean, we could do it.
Yeah.
And
for me, it was Amplitude.
Just real quick. I got a follow. I just got a new follow on Twitch. Thanks for the follow, ATN Vector. I appreciate it, and I will be following you back.
You should follow the other channel this show's being broadcasted on. We hit 100 follows on Boss Rush Games.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. Also, we are LeRon. You hit affiliate status, by the way.
I hit affiliate. Yeah.
We also hit affiliate status here.
Oh, congrats! So. Congrats! We're one big family here. Now we all got to make partner.
Yeah. Well,
so now help out the lowly channels like that LAN Party on BRG.
Yeah. So that's something.
Whatever moron over there who's streaming NASCAR Heat 4.
Yeah. That's Hey, better than NASCAR Heat 3, I guess.
Or
Not as good as
or-
NASCAR
or,
Heat 5.
or FIFA 21 on Switch.
Okay, no, don't you dish
So-
FIFA.
FIFA on Switch.
Yeah, dude, FIFA on Switch is amazing, except that it's
No.
been the same game for 3 years.
Yeah, it's a cut and paste.
It literally is a cut and paste. It's literally called
FIFA on Switch.
it's called it's called
It's like a
FIFA.
mobile game, pretty much.
It's literally every year it's called FIFA Legacy Edition, and then they just slap the next number on it, and it's literally no changes. It's literally just roster updates.
You can
Seems
play
legit.
FIFA on Vita and it'd be the same quality at this point.
Yeah.
Yep,
Vita
sounds
might
legit.
be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I need like some embed links to your guys' Twitch channels, by the way, because I'm making a new live section on the website where like LAN Party will be there. Everybody who wants their Twitch stuff shown, I need to get embeds for you. But I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. But we're gonna start the
There's a
show.
LAN party game night tomorrow night.
What?
There's a LAN party game night tomorrow night.
Ooh.
We're gonna have some fun on stream. We're gonna be playing some Gang Beasts.
Ooh. Gang
Nice.
beasts.
Yeah.
No,
gonna-
it's not the same as the game show that Ed put on this Monday, is it?
Whoa, what's this? Sorry, I have to ask LeRon about this real quick. I just opened Game Informer because sometimes I like scroll the internet while we're podcasting. It says a fond farewell to Monster Hunter World. What's that all about?
Basically, they're just saying because they actually squeezed out one more event quest on it, and it's tied into the new Monster Hunter movie. And I think this now is the final content that's coming out from Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. After that, it looks like they're all focusing on Monster Hunter Rise for the Switch, Monster Hunter Stories 2 for the Switch, and development of Monster Hunter 6. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think
are they gonna?
Mhm.
Are they gonna do the Fortnite thing, and you'll be able to watch the movie in the game?
Oh, that would be cool. But
That would be awesome, though.
that would be cool. But in all honesty, and I'm probably going to jump on and play the game later because the event's been out since last Thursday, and I haven't started yet. But basically, you're playing as Mila Jovovich's character in the Monster Hunter World game, and it's crossover content with Monster Hunter and the Monster Hunter movie. So basically the big monsters from that movie are making an appearance because they're technically already in Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
That's cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a linear tacked on like single player story type of thing.
It is actually, this part is single player from what I can tell. I haven't played it yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But the Witcher stuff was single player.
Yep.
The Witcher 3 tie-in was single player.
That Witcher 3 stuff is actually what got me to play the game in the first place, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Even though I
cool.
never played the quest, I started the game and I played like 15 hours of it, and then I was like, "Where's the Witcher quest?" And then I stopped.
Mine
Yeah,
was the
it's
Aloy stuff. When Aloy from Horizon, they had their stuff at the very
You know,
beginning. I got into it.
I am so jealous of that because I'd stopped playing the PS4 version by the time that one came out, and I was like, no, I'm not reactivating my PlayStation Plus for that. No, I have PlayStation Plus, so now technically I could go back and play it on PS5. So
Go do it, man. Get on it.
Sounds like Smite. I didn't know anything about Smite, and that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content made me like finally give it a shot.
Yeah, because don't you get it
It's actually a pretty fun game.
You get it with the what do you call it? The
Battle
Game Pass. The Game Pass
Yeah.
perks was like the first part of it or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, and hey, Austin, real quickly, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've been scouring stores for Call of Duty for PS5. You actually intrigued me enough that I actually want to pick up a copy
right.
of this game.
That's
But
right.
I can't find it on the shelves right now. And I was in 2 different WalMarts, and nobody had it because I was like, I could save $10. I need to get this game.
Walmart.
Nice.
I will say I am playing Black Ops now. I played the multiplayer and stuff, and man, it's not as good as Modern Warfare. And I don't know if it's just because I'm playing on PS4 and they put all their resources on the 5, but it's not. It's kind of slow. It doesn't look as good. I'm like, man,
They've degraded the server.
it feels just like when I was playing Ghost on PS3. Even though I think Ghost was an overall bad game on both consoles, it wasn't that great on both consoles, but. It's I'm like, man, Modern Warfare is a lot better than this. I'll just go back to the old game.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
let me just remind people on my Twitch is a simulcasting, so I will try with another channel. So I will try to answer any comments on my on my chat.
So all right, so there's gonna be before we get into what we've been playing, there's gonna be there's some changes coming to Boss Rush in terms of like how content is kind of distributed. Obviously, well, who's this garbage person in our chat? You're banned, sir.
But I want to be famous.
I know. Look, we're already famous. Okay, we don't need this jerk off.
That's what we call him too.
Yeah. So basically, what's happening is Logan is okay. So a big umbrella picture. Boss Rush is kind of becoming like a network for creatives to show off their stuff, right? And Logan's taking over Boss Rush Entertainment, which is obviously LAN Party, and it's kind of like a division of Boss Rush, whatever. Boss Rush Entertainment, which is LAN Party, Rope Talk, Trash Talk, and what else? What am I missing? The Netflix show you guys do.
They don't do a Netflix show.
I thought you.
Yeah.
Lessons from Netflix. No.
No?
That's a private thing now.
Okay.
That's a private thing. Can I get VIP access to the Patreon?
That's only on his OnlyFans account.
It says it's PG, and now it's being worked with a church. So
no.
Yeah, it's actually a sermon series now.
Save your church jokes.
I'll make donations, but I don't need to have access.
So you got LAN Party, you've got Trash Talk and Boss Rush, or Trash Talk and Rope Talk, which, by the way, both have new episodes that are out right now. And then we've got Audio Sketch coming in January. That is an anime specific show. And then you never know. I've got about 3 other shows in the works right now. Esports is coming. We've brought in one of the best, Kale, our man who actually covers it professionally. Is coming in to talk esports with us.
That's freaking amazing.
It's gonna be up. So we've got that coming in, and maybe a cooking show.
That's good. We'll finally be able to have a voice on freaking esports and stuff like that. I'm planning in the works right now to have a 1v1 with a friend of mine who's into the fighting game scene. So someone from the FGC will be I haven't set a date for that yet, but I'm shooting for the beginning of the year, so sometime in January.
Nice.
And then we've also got Drop the Needle coming, which is Austin's. Honestly, it's the best show I can say that he's ever made, because it's just downright awesome. It's a music kind of review show where he dives into an album with a guest. It's a lot of fun. It's a great show.
Nice. So that's some exciting stuff. Obviously, Jesse and I are doing the Xbox stuff. LeRon and Austin are kind of heading up the PlayStation side of things with Nelly, and then Celeste is doing her thing with outside contributors, which is like the 1v1 stuff, the banned book stuff with Dan and that kind of stuff. So there's all kinds of things happening. It's been hard to keep up with, to be a little bit honest with you.
It sounds like we have a sphere of influence.
Yeah, and then obviously we have a lot of friends that do podcasts and stuff that we kind of want to feature too. So some of that stuff's going to be starting probably after the new year as well. It's been quite
crazy
the journey, gentlemen.
I know it's crazy that less than a year ago it was just still me, you, and Ed.
I know,
and
I know we were still trying to figure out, like, okay, do we want to bring Arsenal X back? Because we had already brought Nintendo Power Block back by this point last year, and we were like, Jesse, I think you were like, I still want to talk Xbox stuff. I was like, yeah, we need to figure out how to do that. And like, I don't know, man. A year ago, it was just us 3. Now there's like 12 of us, I think, 13.
Yeah, I got dragged kicking and screaming the PlayStation.
I know. Hey, man.
I was just some rando dude that played Monster Hunter.
Speaking of Monster Hunter, ever since we tweeted out, does anybody want a Monster Hunter show from LeRon? We've gotten a couple emails about that. Like, when is it starting?
Nice.
I said, so that's going to give you something else to think about.
And when is he getting a PC show? We got to have a PC muscle show.
It's true.
It can be him just lifting up PCs, and it's like a
can we just call it the PC Muscle Show, and like it's just like a 15-minute workout video every week of him like curling graphics cards or bench pressing his giant monitor?
Hey, did you?
Today we really want to work on your RAM, and this is how you get it going.
And you start every show by ripping your shirt off, and the logo
because he
is on
posts
your
that too
chest.
much already on Twitter. We don't need more of it.
I will say this: a computer I recently I got my hands on and do some work on. The client actually had a RTX 3090 graphics card, that's the big daddy one. That's the one that costs $1,500. And that thing's a beast. And you might have seen some pictures on it on my social media. I did take pictures of it. I did put the disclaimer that this is not my card, so don't act like it is. but that thing is a monster. It's huge for no reason. It forces everybody to upgrade their cases. Like they have to change they have to get a bigger capacity tower for that thing. But yeah, so there was a little muscle involved working with that thing.
Yeah, it's man. PC, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. My Xbox, I've just pressed that Xbox button on that controller and it turns on, and I'm playing Destiny in like 30 seconds. So
Oh! Stop your bragging about your freaking finite loading times on your freaking Xbox.
You have a PlayStation 5. What are you talking about?
You can do the same thing.
Our load times on the PS5 are nice, but not as nice as the Series X. I will say that.
I think it seems like it depends on what game it is, what games they are. Because I hear Assassin's Creed is running way better on PlayStation 5. Although I've been playing Assassin's Creed and I haven't noticed anything. Maybe I'm just a stupid head that doesn't know what I'm looking for. But playing Assassin's Creed at 60 frames a second when I put 80 hours into Odyssey at 30 frames maybe is like... really nice. I'm gonna tell you. Speaking of, what's everybody been playing? You know what, Austin? We're gonna go your way first.
Oh,
I like your beard today, so we're going your way first.
Doesn't look at all pubic.
No, a little bit.
Lisa's face doesn't look like a 5-year-old, Logan.
Let me get my Sharpie out. Hold on.
Although in some markets, never mind. So on I basically play all three of my consoles at the same time. I always have some kind of game going. So on Nintendo, I'm still playing Luigi's Mansion.
Nice.
I've just finished the Magician level, so I'm going to the next one, whatever that one may be. I don't know. Don't spoil it on me. On Xbox, I just finished Gears of War 1 again, and so I think. Oh yeah, and then I started Alice Return to Madness for the 360 game.
Oh wow! Okay.
So, which is a game I haven't played, but I love Alice in Wonderland, and it's dark, and I like it.
There was a time and place where I was like, probably like 10 or 12 years ago, where I was like really into that kind of dark whatever stuff, and I was really into Nightmare Before Christmas and Tim Burton crap, and then this just kind of fit right into it. You know, I'm just like. Yeah, I'm edgy. And then I was like...
I definitely realized, like, 10 years ago, this would have been the game that I would have fell in love with just because of how dark it is. It's very weird. It's, like, not what I was expecting at all. It's very grotesque. I mean, it looks like Coraline type of, you know, figures and stuff like that. And I'm enjoying it. The platforming's... it's just a basic platformer, almost. It's actually pretty fun. And the weapons are really interesting. They're definitely not normal weapons. You use a pepper shaker as your gun, and like it's just it's pretty cool actually. So, and then on PlayStation, I am playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and I'm only doing the multiplayer because I want to play the campaign on PS5 because I want to have the gun feedback on the controller. But multiplayer, it's fine. It's fine. But it's not as good as Modern Warfare, and I'm already kind of missing it.
I mean, I think that's what happens when you have a game that was not supposed to be out this year, and then they turn around and do it in 2 years. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
go ahead, Jesse.
For me, one of the things that I actually was bummed about is I kind of wish that they would have, instead of bringing Warzone over to this, that they would have brought Black Ops Blackout back and just updated it and made it a little bit better. Because I know I'm in the rarity, but I actually liked Blackout 100 times better than Warzone. Warzone was cool because of the more realistic look and stuff like that, and them incorporating a lot of the mechanics they added, but I liked that version, that more traditional, I guess you could say, battle battle royale type game. I don't know. I just had so much more fun playing in Blackout than I did Warzone. I honestly don't even play it at all. It doesn't do it for me. But
I'm not a battle royale guy just at all. I only play that when my friends are wanting to play on because they're getting beat in multiplayer. They don't want to do it anymore. But I always prefer just regular multiplayer. But yeah, I mean, I try to think back and I was like, maybe Modern Warfare was rougher when it first came out. And then I was like, no, I don't think it was ever this kind of rough. But it's a transition game, so it's on PS4 and PS5, and I'm thinking maybe the PS5 version is probably a lot better. When Ghost came out on PS3, PS4, it was definitely the same way. So
I don't know. Ghost was pretty good on the Wii U.
Nothing. Anything where the sticks are above the face buttons is never good. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I played a lot of Ghosts. I played a lot of Ghosts on the Wii U. So, because apparently I had a good idea to start a Nintendo podcast a long time ago. So, that worked out well. Here we are.
At least you have a better console now to talk about.
I do.
Yeah.
A way better console.
The Virtual Boy. Anyways, is that all you've been playing, Austin?
Yeah, those are the games.
Cool. You know what, Logan? I haven't talked to you in a while, so I'm going to go your way
What's
first.
up, dude? Oh, hey, thanks, man.
How are you? By the way,
I'm good, man.
By the way, I want to say the stuff that you're posting, like food pictures that you've posted lately, I'm just like, what are you doing to my life?
I've gained weight just looking at those pictures.
How did the Cosmic Brownie barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
It's actually in the fridge working right now. So I actually sent the idea over to Celeste first just to make sure I wasn't crazy, and she's like, "That could work, but it might," because my normal marinade for ribs is actually just honey, ketchup, and soy sauce. So I thought I'd take the honey out of it, add Cosmic Brownie, kick up the spices just a little bit, and maybe that'll play well. We're gonna see. It'll go in the oven here in about 2 hours. We'll see what happens. And then I've also got Mountain Dew ice cream in the freezer right now, cooling off.
Ice cream.
Yeah, so you take heavy cream with a can of condensed milk, and then so I'm doing a sherbet. So I'm making Baja Blast with Code Red and then regular Mountain Dew. And it's hopefully it'll be pretty good. We'll see what happens, but yeah. And by the way, how are your Browns 8-3? We keep talking about this.
I know.
How are your Browns 8-3?
You know what? I'm not going to ask because that's when it's going to go down here. Although, even if we lose out, this is the first time we cannot have a losing season since 2007.
Right?
So.
Yeah. Now I will say, Corey, our teams are facing each other this week.
Yep.
I'm not one to talk smack because I won't. I just won't do it. But
you will. So here it comes.
Do we have wagers coming?
I mean,
should we have a wager coming?
What's
Don't
this?
let him lie to you.
What's this wager?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a wager for this Titans Browns game. I feel like our two teams are playing. it's necessary.
It is.
It might be necessary.
Hey, how about this? If Corey wins, you have to do a whole segment about why Baker Mayfield's the most underrated quarterback in the NFL on Trash Talk.
Oh, that would be brutal for me. I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty brutal for me.
15 minutes to top off Wednesday's episode or Friday's episode.
Because I am high on everything Cleveland except Baker Mayfield, and this is coming from an OU
very
person.
Look, this is. Here's my thing. The last couple weeks, I'm just like, look, if Chubb and Hunt can just run the ball and the defense plays well, they don't need to rely on Baker. He can manage the game. He can do his little weird throws that he does and like maybe complete them sometimes and maybe not, and that's fine with me. You know what? If we have two great running backs, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You could shoot another one of the at-home commercials during halftime and just go with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do one of them weird Hulu things where like clearly the person whose body your head is on is like not the same size as you. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm waiting for him to do a live commercial. Like when it goes to commercial, he just goes over to the sidelines and just starts recording a live commercial.
It could happen.
Totally
Could happen. Anyways, Logan, what are you playing besides?
So I beat Miles
Morales.
I love that game so much. It's so good. So stupidly good.
The more I watch of it, the more I'm like, man, I kind of want a PlayStation to play this game.
I was telling LeRon because him and I are working on a joint review of it where he's going to do the PS5, I'm going to do the PS4 review, and there is a side mission that got me back into tears after I finished the main story, and I was not expecting it at all. And it hits so hard. It's so great. The gameplay is unbelievable too, and the music. It's not Into the Spider-Verse, but it's pretty solid. Austin and I are both big fans of a band or a guy named Lecrae. He's got 2 songs on the soundtrack, and both the songs hit in really cool moments, and I really love that. And then the story itself. I mean, Finn as the Tinkerer, and this whole journey that her and Miles go through is just absolutely perfect. As far as story-wise goes, that would be my game of the year. I think Ghost of Tsushima is a little bit better as far as gameplay, but it's so good. It's almost stupid how OP though Miles is. I mean, with all the different ways you can defeat enemies in this game, it is awesome.
Nice.
And so I do love the camouflage. Pretty cool. Then on Xbox, I've been pulling my Xbox back out. I've been playing No Man's Sky again. Destiny 2. I've been working my way up to get into, you and Josh's area. That way, maybe I can play competitive once in a while.
I mean, to be fair, Josh is way higher than I am, but I have a lot to say about Destiny 2 when I get to me. So
fair enough. And then there's a couple others I've been playing. Red Dead Online. Now that it's its own separate thing, I paid $5 for it the other day, and I forgot how much I love that world. It is so cool. There's still nothing to do in it besides fish and hunt and occasionally kill people, but like it's big, it's beautiful, set some country music, feel like you're an outlaw for a little while. But yeah, then otherwise just some sports games, some PGA Tour, the new NASCAR game and all that good stuff.
The new PGA one, the 2K one?
The new 2K one.
Is it good?
It's better than Rory McIlroy's, which Rory McIlroy golf was solid.
Yeah.
But 2K is a lot better. It's a lot more realistic.
Yeah, there's something about a golf game that's kind of like relaxing because like everybody's like, yeah, golf's super relaxing. And I go play golf and I just suck at it. And then I'm just like, you know what? Nope, can't do it. But there's something about video game golf.
Did you all play Golf Club?
Yeah, it was on Game Pass for a while.
It's the same people who made those made the 2K game.
Yeah,
They got bought out by them, and they've always been really good.
And they've been playing Planet Coaster on Game Pass. I was waiting for that one to come out, and it's so cool. It's so good. It reminds me of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I wish it gave you a little bit more freedom on actually designing your coasters and everything, but otherwise it's pretty dang solid.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get to that, but I've been nose deep in Destiny for the last month, which by the way, getting its 4K 60 frames patch this week.
Nice.
So, Jesse.
So yeah, I've been playing a couple of things. I've kind of picked up my Switch a little bit, and
You did.
Just mostly because every week, a couple of days a week, I got to bring my kids to like classes at the Y. And so it's just, it's either I grab my Switch or I play on XCloud or whatever while I'm waiting. But this week I grabbed my Switch and I was playing a little of the Clubhouse games and stuff, just some kind of like fun little stuff that I can do while I'm waiting. Because also speaking of golf, I play the what is it? It's like a disc golf and a golf game on my phone like all the time. It's like one of those where you just verse someone else, and those are fun too. I actually would like to have. I kind of wish they would bring like a full-on disc golf game to consoles. So I don't know. Maybe there is one. I just haven't heard of it. But I think
Wii
that would
Sports
be
Resort.
kind of fun. Yeah.
The OG.
They had it on there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, they just need to bring just bring a full-on sports game to the Switch. They just bring all those games that they had in the Resort one and the Wii Sports, and just make like a new compilation of them upgraded and looking better and stuff like that. That would be great.
I agree.
Come on, Nintendo. The world, there's people still out there buying Wiis to play Wii Sports. What are you doing?
Where's
Nintendo?
Wii Sports HD? Where's Wii Sports HD? Come on, man.
Me and my
Yeah,
wife.
like I said, all they got to
to
do is call it me. Yeah,
that same thing.
I know at least 2 or 3 people who this year have bought a Wii just so they could play Wii Sports. I mean, what the hell? Like I've always said, you don't even need to call it Wii because the Wii was a thing. Just call it Me Sports. I mean, it's not that big of a change, and it's that's what you call your avatars is me. So it's it's not if it comes down to that kind of labeling or whatever, it's not that big of a deal to change. People know what it is, but so yeah, I've been playing that. I've been going back to a couple of games on my Xbox, but the one that I cannot get enough of, it's really weird. I do not like the Dark Souls games. I love Sekiro. That game, is amazing and by far I think the best game that they've made. But for whatever reason, I really do like Mortal Shell, and I know I've talked about it a couple of times, but I just like what they've done that's different. That it's the Dark Souls kind of game, but they've kind of done their own thing in it and kind of changed it enough that it doesn't just feel like a clone. So that game is just a lot of fun. So if you do like those kind of games, I suggest that you try this because I think people will like it. So and then the only other thing that I've really been playing is there's a couple, but I've been playing the last Tomb Raider game and trying to finally finish that, and I love that one so much.
It's so good. I feel like it does Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think, does what Rise of the Tomb Raider did really well with kind of the open spaces, but condenses it down to one space like the first game, and it's it is smaller than Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I feel like it feels more directed in a way, and that's what I really liked about it. It took the best parts of the first one and the best parts of the second one and made a great game out of both of those.
Yeah, I think the whole setting kind of really makes that work well, of the idea of this 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 tribe that's in this area, and then like there's all these secrets and things that you're discovering about like this other like existence, this other like weird creature-ish like people that live in this cave type thing or whatever, like like they just it's just done really well, and I'm really digging the story a lot. Like just everything that's going on is really interesting. And so I'm looking forward to finishing that. So
it's great. I love that game. It's probably my favorite of the trilogy, to be honest.
I think so far it's definitely because like the last one I really liked it a lot, but it didn't quite hook me in the beginning as much as this one has. Like like it took me a little while to get back to the other one and finally finish it. Whereas this one, like I actually want to continue playing it, and it's kept my interest the entire time so far. So I'm definitely enjoying this one. I think the most out of all three. So
is that all you've been working on playing?
I mean, I did end up getting the new Fortnite season. I did the $11 or whatever, the $12 one where you get the like every month, and then you get like V-Bucks every month, and you get
the subscription thing.
And then you get like skins that you can only get through that. Because the thing is my son plays that a lot, so I figure that it's probably the best way to go about it is just do the subscription thing. Then that way he can have fun with it, and he'll have some V-Bucks he can spend for things if there's something comes up that he wants or whatever. So
like the Mandalorian skin.
Man,
I gotta tell you,
that show is. Like seriously, I think
are you caught up?
My favorite show ever.
Are you caught up?
No, I did not watch the most recent.
Oh man, okay.
I will this week.
I do kind of want to do like a special edition episode when this season's over and just kind of talk about this show. It is.
Right, I'm in.
That would be amazing.
This show, like last season was good, right? It was good.
Yeah.
This season is great. It's and I'm not even the biggest Star Wars fan, right? But like this show has got me hooked, and it's like it has me like looking up stuff and like researching some of these characters and stuff, and then like as somebody who read the Thrawn trilogy, like just some of those teases has been like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like an Avengers moment where like Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and some of these other characters for people who aren't caught up yet is like, oh, it's gonna. So,
well, it's funny you mentioned that because it's like it's kind of how I feel with this. Like, I like the Star Wars movies. Like, don't get me wrong, but like kind of like the Marvel universe. I prefer the like kind of more standalone stuff or the more obscure stuff in the Marvel universe. Like I like the the Ant-Man movies or the the Doctor Strange and all that stuff. I still haven't seen any of the Avenger movies. It just doesn't interest me. But I want to see more of the actual character-based movies, and it's kind of the same with the Star Wars. Like, I absolutely love Rogue One. Like, it is by far my favorite Star Wars movie. And I love The Mandalorian, and like, it's by far my favorite, show. Like, I love the movies, but I want the more. I just want to get away from that original stuff. I'm ready to move on and have new characters and have
it's like this it's this huge galaxy small world kind of syndrome. I think Star Wars has been stuck in for so long, and now like I mean I think The Mandalorian is the best thing Disney's done with Star Wars since they took it over. Like I really do.
100%.
It's literally carrying the Star Wars franchise right now.
Oh yeah.
Outside of
Well, I
Rogue
mean-
One, yeah.
I mean, it's the only thing that's carrying the Star Wars franchise right now because I mean, Rebels and Clone Wars has completely wrapped up now,
Yeah.
and I'm all about the I was all about the animated stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like I thought The Force Awakens was good, right? Like I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I thought Rogue One was great, which I still think is probably the second best thing Disney's done since they took over. Anything outside of the main movies that
Yeah.
Disney's done is really. I even enjoyed Solo for what it was. Like, I wish
Yeah,
that would have
yeah.
So
been.
did I.
Too.
I wish that would have been a Disney Plus show instead of a movie.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
I have to say, like, it took. I didn't see Solo until like 2 years after it was out and done. Like,
Mhm.
I saw it early. I saw it earlier this year, and because my whole thing was, well, their whole marketing campaign for it was just awful. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't doing anything to make you excited for the movie except playing the Star Wars music. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's not enough. And also, I think I'm in the majority of a lot of the Star Wars fan base is like, we already know everything we need to know about Han Solo. It's been pretty much brought up or brought upon by like 5 different movies. We already know what we need to know about Han Solo. And so it was one of those things where I was like, I was just not excited to see it. And then everybody was like, all my friends, even my Star Trek friends were jumping on me like, no, you got to see this movie. I'm like, why do I have to see this movie? Like, you got to see this movie. It's a good movie. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna sit down and watch this movie. I sat down and watched it on a Saturday afternoon. I had nothing to do, and then I was mad at myself. I was like, damn, why didn't I see this in theaters?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, The Mandalorian. We will talk about it when the season's over.
So good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's
So good.
it's so good. LeRon, what are you playing?
I'm kind of like Austin too. I'm all over the place right now. I'm currently wrapping up Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5, which I'm as a matter of fact I'm in hurry up mode on that. I've been taking my dear sweet time on it. And I know Logan's also been like trying to put his foot up my ass about it because we have a review to do. But the rush now is because Cyberpunk is out in a few days, and I need to have zero distractions. I've already pretty much finished everything I need to do with Monster Hunter. So right now it's currently Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Final Fantasy VII remake I'm playing on PS5, and man,
Nice.
it is gorgeous. I was a holdout. I didn't buy it on PS4 because I was like, okay, the PC version is coming. No, we still have to wait until April of next year to find out the announcement if that's coming, and I didn't realize it was a 1-year exclusive. So I was starting thinking like Final Fantasy VII was going to come out, and then we're going to get an announcement for PC and the Xbox like 6 months later,
Mhm.
and I mean they just now delivered an update and a patch to the game like last month, and it was like, oh my god, y'all are being completely slow about this game.
Yeah, I didn't realize that game never had a patch until like a month ago.
Yeah, until a month ago. Yeah, it was a first patch, and it's like, do people even care about this now? I'm pretty sure everybody beat it, and from what I've played of the game, like I don't see what needed to be patched.
There really wasn't much because I played it at launch and it was almost perfect right then and there.
Yeah,
I heard some of the doors had funky texturing.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know for sure. And then
The interior designer in me did not play that game and think, oh my god, what would be great is this other texture on this game. That would make
right?
the Schreier in me didn't come out and write a whole article about how bad this game is.
How terrible Square Enix is for putting out
Exactly.
They
should have forced
complete sham of a game.
People were leaving doors untextured because they were on crunch.
That guy.
By the way, to the Boss Rush podcast audience out there, Logan and Austin and I always have some things to say about Schreier over at Crossroads on the Tuesday night show. So you guys might want to come check us out.
All I can say is
I
I don't.
say anymore.
I legitimately miss talking about Schreier on Crossroads. Like,
He's being. Well, we have a topic that we're going to talk about, and because he's being an absolute douche nozzle about that too.
the sky is blue. It's crazy.
All I have to say is that I have nothing more to say about him because he blocked me and my life is complete. So
I mean, I think almost all of Boss Rush is blocked. I'm waiting to see when I get blocked.
all you have to do is comment on one of his threads.
I did.
I
I
actually-
think
I
I
actually-
somehow dodged a bullet.
I actually have, and either I'm just the smallest ant in the pile or what, but I got missed.
You
Yeah.
gotta step your
Me too.
criticism game up.
Oh, is that what it is? The word, my jargon wasn't scathing enough for him.
No.
You didn't
Challenge
ask a
him to a
legit
playground
and
fight.
challenging question.
Oh yeah.
Right, you didn't make him question anything about his.
Honestly, I'm actually surprised I haven't been blocked by him yet, because I did make some really harsh comments about him and how I feel like he's like the CNN of gaming journalism, because he's just there to get the attention and get the shocks. That's really all he's there for.
He's
you know.
he's the Stephen A. Smith without the actual good takes once in a while.
No, he's Skip Bayless. He's more Skip
That's
Bayless.
fair. No, he's Max Keller.
Don't put that on Stephen.
No, wait. Hold on. Max is my boy. You can't.
Max Kellerman?
Yeah.
No.
Austin just lost any respect he had.
Oh no.
Wait. How badly is he? You know what? We'll talk about. Let's talk about it on Crossroads Tuesday. I didn't know how bad. I don't have cable now, so I mean, I don't know how bad. I don't know how bad he's transgressed in the last couple
I
of
liked
years.
him a lot
Like,
better.
Kellerman
when he was
thinks
with
this-
Celts,
Yeah,
but not with Stephen A. Smith. He now challenges Stephen A. Smith in a way that's like, all right, you want to be Skip Bayless Jr. now? Okay.
Wow.
Skip Bayless, like, at least Skip Bayless is entertaining once in a while.
Yeah, and the other game I'm currently playing is on the Switch. Not Final Fantasy. Crap. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yes.
Which is fun. It's my wind down game though. It's the game I play when I'm not trying to be all serious, which means that it'll probably be the game that gives me some mental therapy when I'm in the trenches of Cyberpunk next week.
Yeah, it's like that game where you play like one or two missions or whatever, and you'll be like, I'm good for the night, and then
Yeah.
I mean, when I was playing it, I probably played it like 2 or 3 hours a day when I got it for like the first week, and then the rest of the time was like, I'll do a mission. These missions are like a half hour, 40 minutes long. I'll do that, and then I'll go to sleep. And that's how I played Fire Emblem, and that's why it took me like, I don't know, 4 months, 5 months to beat it.
No Paper Mario.
Celeste is in the chat. She said I died in the mock battle.
What?
I think we talked about that on Pal Block the other day. It's
Wait,
fine.
who died in the mock battle? She died in the mock battle?
Celeste did.
Oh no.
She picked the Black Eagles though. They're not the best team to start with.
She picked the pretty people.
That's what I did too though. I want to be pretty, so I picked the pretty people.
Which house were you, LeRon? There was
I'm
someone asking in chat.
the Golden Deer.
Golden Deer.
I hear that's like the best house to pick.
I
In the
picked
long run.
I picked that house because I was like, I don't consider myself anywhere close to being an elite. So an elite or a royal. So like I'm going with the quote unquote underdogs here.
I
Smart.
just picked the ones that looked most emo.
Wow.
Which one was that?
I don't know, they all are, but no, I picked the same one. I think like almost everyone did. I forget which
The yellow house.
what's
the yellow house?
I think so. Oh, it's the one like where the main the teacher or whatever character is like practically as old as the kids or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember which one it was. It's been so long since I played it now.
It is kind of
But
creepy
it
that
was-
you are like the teacher and like all these kids are like flirting with you, and then the teachers are
Yeah,
flirting with
I
you. You're like
oh,
going on dates with them.
especially that one chick. She's like the school nurse, and she's like, lady.
Yeah.
Why are you getting so handsy?
Yeah.
If you play Persona, it's nothing new.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's true.
nothing new.
That's true.
No.
These Vita
Yeah,
kids know all
yeah.
about this for 10 years.
Dan's in the chat on my channel. He's like, Manuela. that's
Yeah.
her name.
Oh, man. So,
An interesting game.
yeah, I guess it's my turn. I've been playing Destiny 2 nonstop. The last couple days. I'm finally reached power level 1240. I'm raid ready. Hopefully tonight we'll be running the raid. Be my
Nice.
first clear. Hopefully. Maybe. Hopefully. I've been working on masterworking some gear. So I have a shotgun that's really good that I masterworked. Totally leveled up. Really good. Have an auto rifle that's masterworked. Really good. I've been working on some builds. So I keep it light because it's probably what we're going to talk about on Tower Casuals this week is just builds and stuff. Hopefully, I can pull Josh away from Cyberpunk for an hour to do that show on Thursday.
Now, Corey, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Destiny related.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about playing Destiny, starting Destiny again, because usually I just jump in with Nick and Logan and have no idea what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to go back to Destiny 1. Is that still possible, and should I?
It is possible. I would not do it. I would actually if you want to do that, I would start a new character in Destiny 2 and just do the new light quest.
Okay.
Because it's essentially, they've kind of like condensed some of the Destiny 1 story and the original Destiny 2 story into one storyline. And then it leads into the Forsaken expansion.
Okay.
So I would actually do that. It's like 10 missions long. There's a couple like BS side stuff that you have to do though before you get into that, but the new light quest is probably where you should start.
Okay.
And if you want to use your existing character, you can pick up the new light quest from one of the vendors.
I'll probably just do a new character because I want to start. That's my thing. I hate starting in the middle of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just do it just for like streams and stuff. But I really want to just start from fresh and get the whole perspective again.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like the Destiny lore.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm missing a lot.
I think you're better off. There's a YouTuber and a lot of Destiny people know. My name is Bife. He does a lot of great lore and story videos. If you want the Destiny 1 stuff, I would watch his pretty lengthy video on the Destiny 1 lore because he does like an entire. It's like there's like an hour-long video that you can watch. I watch a lot. He has like 4 and 5 hour videos on Destiny lore. It's amazing. But he has like the complete story of Destiny up to Destiny 2 that you can watch, and it's like an hour long.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he broke.
That's pretty cool. And I was getting ready to call you a nerd just now, but I think I want to check this out.
Oh no, dude! I've spent probably months of my life watching his lore videos. I'm not gonna lie. If you want Destiny lore, he's the videos. Those are the videos to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know you've talked about him like and suggested going to him for a while now, and I really am kind of in the same boat as you, Austin, where I would really like to catch up on because I as well missed. I played about maybe 5 hours of the first Destiny when it first came out. Yeah, and it was so just not what it was later. Yep. that I never went back to it though. And
exactly.
And I just kind of missed it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm in the same boat too, where I've been wanting to go watch his stuff and kind of learn more about it, but I just you've seen my picture I posted of my podcast 1 days of episodes. It looks like.
I posted the link to his channel in our Twitter chat.
I just saw that. I'm gonna go to it.
So
well, and so it kind of worked, Austin, when we were doing Extra Life and we happened to be playing Destiny 2 again. Having Nick be the same power level that I was, him and I have been playing again, and it's gotten me hooked again. I mean, I love Destiny 2. Destiny 1 made me motion sick, so I didn't play it a ton. I don't know why exactly.
I think it's the guns. The way the guns swing used to make me like when you hold the sprint button down and the guns are swinging. That used to get me kind of motion sick a little bit, but then I got used to it.
But Destiny 2, I just absolutely love. I think it's long term. It's become one of the best games I think of the previous generation and kind of this generation too, as it's been unfolding.
Yeah. I mean, the Destiny 1 stuff, you can go back and play. It's still, the servers are still up. Those raids are still there. Those are still some of my favorite moments in the game. But as Destiny 2 progresses and they start adding some of those like the content vaulting and bringing back old content and putting away content that a lot of people aren't playing. Like this spring, they're bringing back the very first Destiny raid ever from Destiny 1, the Vault of Glass.
Okay.
And I cannot wait. Josh and I, that's kind of like all we talk about. Although they did say that the Deepstone Crypt, the raid that's out now, is like one of the friendliest newcomer raids ever.
Very cool.
So
Josh lives there.
Yeah,
Just
Josh lives there.
If you don't,
You had
if
to
you
get the
don't know.
Beyond Light stuff for that, or is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
included? Okay, because I think I got the Forsaken was the one I
Well,
got because it was free.
Well, isn't everything?
Is it much of it on
included
Game
with
Pass?
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
on Game Pass except for the seasonal stuff that you have to pay for. But the expansion, the Beyond Light expansion, comes with the first season, and there's 4 seasons a year. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie though, the seasonal stuff is, I'm not exactly hooked on it yet. Although I haven't really figured it all out because I've been doing too many other side things. There's a lot to do in Beyond Light, like that expansion alone. There's a lot to do. You have the Empire hunts. You have the stuff, all the stuff you can do on Europa. You have the spider bounties are back. The crows kind of lore and Wraithborn hunts are here. Like there's a lot to do.
Question for you, Corey. So, because I've been playing on PS4 pretty much my entire time on, can I switch over to Xbox and just pick my character up?
You have to go through Bungie.net and link your Xbox Live account and do their whole cross save thing.
Oh,
But you should be able to. The thing is you have to buy the expansions on each platform, but your progress carries over. But Beyond Light's on Game Pass, so you shouldn't. If you bought the expansion on PS4, you should just download the game off of Game Pass and you'd be fine.
okay.
It's really weird because like your season pass carries over. Like if you buy the season passes, they carry over, but the expansions don't, which is odd. So,
Because I mean, also I've thought about just starting a whole new character just for Xbox because I made mistakes early on with my character that I'd like to fix, and I didn't pick the right class or whatever to start the game, and yeah, but we'll see.
What did you pick for yours?
Warlock, I think.
oh,
Is what I am.
Yeah, I am too.
although
Corey
although
and Josh
the warlock supers, the stasis powers are no joke.
Yeah.
I always pick Titan for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I main a Titan. My second character is actually a warlock, but we like to give warlocks a hard time, even though they're fine. It's just it's funny.
See, the thing is, when I picked the character, I picked it as like, what would I have the most fun playing the campaign with?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's the thing. Like, it's just fun playing the campaign and playing the everyday, stuff with him.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to raids and stuff like that, yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess technically, like, it's nice to have someone who is a warlock.
Mm-hmm.
But
because I mean, they
the
have
same time,
it's each class serves their purpose in a lot of the different thing. Like as long as you have like the right combination, because like warlocks have the healing well that really helps. The warlocks are actually a pretty decent class. They've been more of like a support class for PvE content than anything since Destiny 2 came out, but it's still. I main a Titan though. I will not give up my Titan. Titans are the best, even though they probably really aren't.
Titan up.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been playing Halo, a little bit of Halo, a little bit of Gears, because they have the 120 frames modes now, and I've been playing with those. Let me tell you, going from Destiny at 30 frames a second to Halo at 120 frames a second, I thought my eyeballs were melting. Because I mean, the 60 frame stuff isn't coming till Tuesday for Destiny, but like going to Halo, and they have the field of view sliders on Series X, which like is also a pretty big game changer. It's, man, let me tell you, Halo
Every
Reach
game needs them.
Halo Reach is like a stellar game. So I mean, I'm playing a little bit of that and a little bit of Gears. I've been playing a little bit of Hyrule Warriors on Switch also. It's fine. It's exactly what you think it is, but the story is really good. So I've been pretty engaged with that story so far. But the gameplay is just fine. I wasn't going in expecting much, and turns out it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So
I went into Gears for a minute just because the New Day, the WWE tag team,
Yep.
is part of the DLC.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, I gotta do this, and it was fun. I had a good time.
yeah,
I actually did that too. I posted that video, but like where I joked on Twitter and I said the real reason why you need to go back to Gears 5, and it's because I turned on the voiced gun sounds. So every time you shoot, you just hear the voiceover, actors making the gun sounds, and it is so hilarious. Man.
That was my favorite
Oh, I
thing in
love that.
Borderlands 2 when they started
Yeah.
doing that with their guns.
Nah. Since we're talking about goofy things with guns, did you guys do? Logan probably did. Remember getting full like 100% of Dead Space 1 and 2, and you get the foam finger gun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was my thing. When
That was awesome.
when Dead Space 2 came out and I found out that it was featured in the game, I completely rushed through playthrough just trying to get that gun.
Yeah.
It is freaking perfect.
I mean, just bang bang, pew pew pew. Oh my god!
Wow.
Dead Space, such a great franchise.
Yeah, the franchise EA needs to stop forgetting about.
Yeah.
Bring it back, you cowards.
Yeah, I mean, get all those guys back on the game. Get them.
You give me Dead Space and a new Titanfall game, and
Ooh.
you've got the best year that could ever be.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or hey, bring Titans to Apex Legends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made by the same company. Let's bring some Titans into Apex.
I just
So
really
like, so I have this theory, by the way, too, like that I've had since the beginning, but like I've never actually played it, but there was the futuristic Battlefield game that they had made that was only for PC.
2049
And
or
they-
whatever.
Yeah, and they had mechs in it that were called Titans. Okay. So, like, I still to this day wonder if the reason that they called them Titans is because EA had that, like, had done mechs in the past that they called Titans, and it was just kind of like an homage to the, to that Battlefield game. Like, I still to this day, if there was a question that I could ask the people like who created those games and stuff, I still wonder if that had any kind of influence on them naming them that, because EA owns the Respawn, so they could just be like, hey, like we used to have mechs, so we call them Titans. If you want, you could use yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into some of the. We have a lot of questions to answer. I have a ton of questions that people have been writing in, and I have not sent them to Ed. So sorry, everybody. But we do have some questions. Sam Hall writes in. He says, "Hello, panel. What are your thoughts on the news that Casey Hudson and Mike Dara are leaving BioWare? Do you think this? What do you think will happen to the studio and their projects, aka Mass Effect, Dragon Age 4, and Anthem next?" So, yeah, this is pretty hard-hitting news this week, I guess. I mean, they've kind of been keeping BioWare afloat for a while, I feel like. And I think a lot of people expect a lot from them in particular. And now that they're leaving, it kind of feels like BioWare has kind of... I don't know. They've been going downhill for a while, I feel like people think. And I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of a blow to them, especially with a bunch of projects in mid to late development, I feel like.
I'm not quite
Yeah,
sure how I feel on this.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm-
Jesse. I'll go behind you. Go ahead.
Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, I'm like, the thing is like so many times though we've seen like, big changes like this, and yeah, sometimes it can affect things, or sometimes they end up picking up someone else, or they rearrange the groups that they have, and it works out fine. But like as a person who's like one of the probably 5 that are left that are still kind of like waiting on Anthem to get some kind of bigger update, like it is a bummer, like stuff like this happening, and I honestly just feel really bad about how bad Anthem, I mean, it did well, it sold well, but like that the product that they made and put a bunch of time into just kind of didn't pay off for them. I really, I've said this multiple times, I really do love that game and like what's there, but I also, like when it comes to things like Destiny and stuff like that, like I don't do the raids and all that kind of stuff. I'd like to someday, but like for me, like Anthem was fine because I don't care about all that, end game stuff as much as the people who normally play those kind of games do. Mm-hmm. So like it didn't affect me quite as much, the lack of those things in that game. Like I just loved the gameplay so much that I honestly just was like fine with it. Yeah, the story was lacking, in a lot of ways, but I did like the characters in the story. I did like what they had there, and I really do hope that they can, like add some more stuff to that. And because there is a lot of stuff there that I love. So I worry about those kind of things, and, like it would really just be a bummer if all those people had been putting more time into that game just for nothing now, that's what I worry about is like, it just would suck as a person that's creating something that they're enjoying doing and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I guess who knows, maybe at this point they're not enjoying it, but it's like I think there are some things I'm worried about with this, but at the same time, I think it's still kind of at a point where it's a wait and see for me. So.
Yeah. Jesse, I agree with you there because I want Anthem to be good. There's so many things in that game that I absolutely love. I mean, honestly, LAN Party wouldn't exist kind of without it, which is a weird thing to say, but that's kind of how we all became friends. Not that Austin and I are actually friends, but
Logan and Nick are friends.
Yeah, me and Nick are friends. That's the whole thing. There's so many things within that game I love, and then like other games have borrowed from it. Like Avengers can take Iron Man's takeoff system from Anthem, and integrating that in was a lot of fun. I want that game to be good. I still play it, but I remember like that first week that it came out, like. Titan hunting was so much fun of, oh my God, we're absolutely getting crushed. I need Nick to come in and save me. I need Austin to come in and to do whatever he could do. That was so much fun. I'm worried about the future of Dragon Age in particular. I love the Dragon Age franchise. I think it's their best property. And we know Dragon Age 4 is coming. I assume we're getting a trailer here at the Game Awards. And
it's official.
It's official. Okay. I want it to be good. But without 2 of the biggest people within BioWare on it, managing the guys who have done this franchise so many amazing things, that concerns me. I also want to know more about the whole story of what actually happened. I mean, what Schreier tweeted and wrote, I take that with a grain of salt. I really do. Because for every headline he has, there's about 50 other things that weren't correct within that. And I hate to say that, but like, I want to know the whole picture before I can make any judgments about why they left.
For real, yeah. I'm kind of the same way. Like I've read the statements from both from both Casey and Dara, and they both say the same thing, which that doesn't really mean much. Both of them both of them pointed out that they are reaching a point in there where they feel like it's time for them to retire from the company. We can take that any way we want to, but Casey actually, this is his second time leaving BioWare. Mm-hmm. So maybe he actually is looking for other things to do now. I mean, the first time, because I'm not even sure why he left the first time. I think it might have been. I think it was creative differences at the time, and then he was asked to come back. Mm-hmm. But I think this time for him, this because he stayed around a pretty long time after coming back. So I feel like when I read his statement, it does actually sound like he's ready to move on and do some other things and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I haven't played enough. I don't have the same affinity to Dragon Age that you guys do, but it's only because I have not spent a lot of time with them. Fantasy is not my thing. Like, I'm a sci-fi guy, so like it takes a while for me to get swept up in the whole thing about magic and all stuff. Like, a lot of games I play that are more like techno magic, I have a better time with. So reading Dara's statement, I feel like there's a bunch of sincerity in his statement as well. Mark Dara's statement. I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel like there's a bunch of sincerity in his statement as well. And it could be that these guys are just ready to go. Mm-hmm. It's also a possibility that they have been butting heads with EA and stuff like that. I mean, EA, in my opinion, with EA's sales model, like there is room for speculation that like EA's push for sales is what has ruined the franchises, which that is true. I mean, and Andromeda suffered bigly. I'm using one of those bad words that the guy in the White House uses. But that's a pretty good adjective to describe it, though. Mm-hmm. And Andromeda suffered because number one, like they wouldn't, for the most part, and it all goes. EA is notorious for this. It all goes back to like the shareholders have their hands in stuff that they don't know anything about, and it ruins the development process of the game. I mean, I knew we were going to be in trouble with Andromeda, for example, when by the second award show, by the second time, they announced it in E3, and then they announced it again later at a PlayStation Experience, and by the time we came to the Gamescom, which is the third event that year. We were just seeing more of them talking about just concepts and showing us drawings and stuff. We still had not seen actual proof to picture yet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, Andromeda's going to be in for a long road and stuff like that. Going to the whole Jason Schreier thing, I try with this man sometimes. I really do. I mean, yeah. But at the end of the day, like once again, he puts this tweet out, and the tweet goes, because I believe I shared it with a couple of our guys in the chat, because like we're dropping like flies as how many people actually have access to his to his social media now. The tweet from Schreier went, wow, period. The studio head of BioWare and executive producer of Dragon Age 4 have both abruptly resigned. And then he puts a link to Laura Miles, the chief studio officers for EA. He puts a link to her statement in there, which you actually have to start reading her statement to get to Casey and Mark's statements that they posted and stuff like that. And once again, it's that sensationalism. I got to grab somebody by the gonad situation to get them to come to my website to read stuff, things like that. Mm-hmm. I don't appreciate it, and he's been a very bad actor this year, in my opinion. In my opinion, he's done more to cause friction in the gaming community, and that's from all the way up at the top with the publishers to the shareholders to the developers, all the way down to the gamers, us people who actually spend the money and buy the games and stuff like that. He's a major disruption, and I'm not even sure if he knows what he's doing, or if he's just trying to make sure he keeps getting a paycheck.
Well, and it's like he's not even making friends doing it. I mean, he's the whole move to Bloomberg didn't make sense to me. Of why is one of at one point I said he was the Adam Schefter of the gaming world, where he had news before it was going to actually break, and he was just on it. Mm-hmm. So why is a guy like that going to Bloomberg when he could really have gone to IGN? He could have gone to any of the other sites that gets more gaming specific traffic.
Because he thought Bloomberg was going to become president.
Yeah. That was a fun fantasy.
Was this part of that all that money he spent on his campaign? Was this getting Schreier part of that?
He did not get his money back. He did not get his money back.
Yeah, no, and all I'm gonna say about that is just like I said in the chat, his phrasing is questionable at best because I'm sure he's read the letters from all three people involved in his resignation announcement and stuff like that, and the math doesn't add up to how he got to that wording.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll say that the first time I heard of Schreier, he was on a game show, a video game show, and he just called it out and said Bethesda were just a bunch of babies and all this stuff. I was like, hey, you're a reporter, like you're an actual reporter. But and after that, it's gone downhill since. But I personally don't care about Anthem. I'm over it. I just want Dragon Age 4 to be good. Because I really like that series. We know that the Mass Effect trilogy is coming out this year. I am willing to bet a lot of money that Dragon Age 4 is also going to come out this year, probably later in the year, so they can split them up. And I think maybe that was just it. They did all they needed to do creatively. They knew what they were going for. Now we're just cleaning things up and get it set to launch. We don't want to be here. It's a toxic place. I mean, EA's EA. We know it's probably a crummy place to work for. It's probably not the funnest video game company to work for, but
I mean, if EA's willing to give me a paycheck, I'm probably going to get the payroll.
Like I said, well, yeah. I mean, if EA wants to pay me, like the PS5 scalpers wants to pay me, sure, I'll sign up.
Way to plug Tuesday night show.
But
I think Respawn's the best place to be right now there because they just kind of get to call their own shots and basically said, hey, back off, like just let us do what we do.
It's strange that they get that much leisure, but BioWare just doesn't. I mean, and they had a stinker with Andromeda, but I don't know if that was them or if that was just the whole thing.
I feel like the main problem is BioWare. Well, BioWare was in this weird time. BioWare was in this weird time because they had to shop for publishers, and EA came in and got them, and now they actually had a home, but it was at this weird time where like EA looked like it was the best gig in town. And of course, as gamers, we've seen that no, like sometimes it's best to stay independent, especially in this day and age. But there's so many factors for why things like this happen, and I'm always left scratching my head because it's like if I knew like 2% more of what's actually behind the scenes, it would make a lot more sense to understand.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think too much, like too many times. There's just things are being kept too secretive on things that you like maybe don't need to be quite as secret. Like you could be a little bit more open about to the fans so they're not but they don't, and so then everyone starts with the questioning, and then questioning starts to accusations, and then like it's never good, like.
And then you have a jackass like Jason Schreier, saying this stuff, because obviously he doesn't know all the information, so he makes his own speculation.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move along. We're gonna kind of run through these questions kind of quicker, I guess. Greg Osterman III writes and he says, "Hey guys, how do you feel about frozen pizzas?"
Oh, let me tell you about frozen pizzas. I love them. I don't care. I love them. I mean, I don't live next door to a New York style pizza place or a Chicago style pizza place. I live in Oklahoma, okay? So the best we got around here is probably the best frozen pizza you could get. So I personally am a fan of the Red Baron. That's my go-to. It's crispy crust. DiGiorno's a little too bougie for me. I feel like.
Oh,
I feel
man.
Like, I feel like if a frozen pizza, I gotta have it a little cheap. You know, I wanted to have it. I don't want it in a fancy box. I want it in that little saran wrap around, that plastic wrap around it.
What
little
Did you see Logan?
Did he just whip out a frozen pizza?
I had a frozen pizza for lunch today, and this is what I had left over. DiGiorno's the way to go, dude. That croissant pizza,
I've
dude.
I've had nothing but
Yes, the croissant pizza is amazing.
It's so good.
No, you gotta say it correctly. Croissant.
Croissant. Oh, you made me drop my croissant.
Look, I went to hand toss today because that's what our grocery store had on sale, and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's a good day." Like DiGiorno's the way to go. I will admit, the Tony's pizzas, the little kid in me still loves those, but man,
Tony pizza, man.
I gotta tell you,
if you ever want a good laugh, though, go watch Dave from Barstool Sports. He did a frozen pizza. He does the pizza reviews. He did one on Jack's Pizza that is hilarious.
Let me tell you about.
I used to work at the Jack's Pizza place.
I don't know if you guys have Aldi by you at all, but like Aldi's frozen pizzas are. It's ruined other frozen pizzas for me.
Are you talking about the frozen ones, or are you talking about the ones that you buy in like the frigid section? The take and
bake.
The take and bake
those
ones.
Those are good.
Yeah. Those ones, like we used to get just like the 4-cheese blend one and buy a pack of pepperoni and just throw the pepperoni on there on the 4-cheese blend one, and like man, now that's what I really want for dinner. I hope my wife is in the mood for pizza, because that's what I want for pizza.
I just got back from Aldi and I'm sad that I didn't go pick up one.
You know what? I think I just found out what dinner was for tonight. Me, I'm also a DiGiorno guy, and you know what? I guarantee you some folks are gonna look at me strange when I say this, but the stuffed 3-meat pizza. That's the one.
Dude.
That's the one.
Yep.
See, like the nice thing about DiGiorno is they have so many options.
I know.
Personally, I liked the was it the bacon stuffed crust?
Oh,
one?
Yes.
Those were so good.
Dude, their pan pizza is pretty good for a frozen pizza to have a good pan pizza.
Yeah.
But also, but Corey, I'm also with you because I will go buy frozen pizza and then I'll buy some additional ingredients and doctor it up. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing for me to like peel the saran wrap off of it, and then I'm throwing on like crushed red pepper, olives, extra pepperoni, different types of herbs and spices and stuff.
Let me tell you,
one day I even got really creative, and I actually made a garlic butter herb sauce to put around.
That's too much work. That's too much work. No, like what I would do, I'd put some crushed red pepper on it, some pepperoni, maybe some like chopped up jalapenos, throw them on there, put a little bit of extra cheese on there, throw it in the oven. Yes. Then when it comes out, you put the Parmesan shaky cheese on top.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of shaky cheese.
You gotta get the now you gotta get the mac and cheese dust and sprinkles.
Oh, dude.
That's what I was gonna ask Corey. Have you had the mac and cheese pizza from Aldi?
No, I didn't know they had a mac and cheese pizza.
Oh yeah,
wow.
It's pretty good.
Wow. Bacon, you got to put bacon and jalapenos on that. Bacon jalapeno mac and cheese pizza is my favorite.
Oh my god! You just turned pizza into high blood pressure. Jeez.
Did he do that, or did pizza do that anyway?
Yeah.
If you go over to Aldi and you go into the frozen section, they have like the apple, they're like these apple fritter things that are frozen. If you deep fry those and then take the cinnamon crunch toast dust, sprinkle that stuff on top of it, oh, you got yourself a good fat guy paradise.
I'm really looking forward to this cooking show you're cooking up
you
there.
You guys are not conducive to my gains and my goals here. Like I am trying to be skinny.
It's like last week I talked about. Yeah, like last week I talked about how my favorite way to make peanut butter and jelly is the Eggo waffles. You use Eggo waffles for the
It's
so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I caught that show. I was listening to that show, and I was like, man, I'm supposed to be repairing computers, but I'm hungry right now.
I know. I'm so just like now.
Don't listen to the Land Party this week, then.
Shout out to Nick from Land Party, who made the stoner pizza. where you get a frozen pizza and then you get some McDoubles from McDonald's, put it on the pizza. Then you take some nuggets from McDonald's, put it on the pizza, cover it with cheese, melt it, and it's just one big old deal. And dude,
oh my gosh, that sounds
our
like
wildest nights of freaking, and the other stuff, the little,
God.
the good, goes well with that pizza.
What do you chase it with? Code Red Mountain Dew?
No,
not
straight up cocaine.
Straight up cocaine.
I love Nick for so many reasons, but because him and I have these debates of what's the best munchy thing, because we're both somewhat stoners, and the one I discovered a few weeks ago was honey and chicken nuggets. I don't know why. That was what I wanted at 3 a.m, and it was the best thing ever.
I don't mess with sweets and meats. No,
It's so good.
We bought the the sauce that when you go to Hibachi that you can orange, the yum yum sauce.
The yum yum.
Yes.
They sell it at the store in like the big like ranch dressing style bottles, and that's all I dip anything in now.
Dude, I live in Missouri. Everything has to be dipped in ranch, otherwise you're not American.
That's fair. I live in the central Ohio, so I mean it's the same thing. So
ranch and Dr. Pepper, and if it's not that, you're a Yankee.
yeah.
By the way, I want to hate on you for a minute, Austin. You say Dr. Pepper's
what's new?
I know, right? Shocking. You say it's the worst soda, yet you had to steal Katie's last one like a week ago.
Because she said that I couldn't do it, and so I did it.
Wait, what is this soda? What is this soda?
Dr. Pepper. She's like, you won't drink Dr. Pepper, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I did. And I drank the last. Then I drank I drank 2 glasses of it just to prove a point.
Wow.
But we had no Pepsi.
The divorce is coming,
Or
right?
anything
Like,
else.
I mean, she's full on leaving.
You need your cola fix. I got it.
Wow. All right, we're going to end on this question, actually. Michael Thornburg writes and he says, Oscar Isaac is set to play Solid Snake in a Metal Gear Solid movie. Does anyone care, and why is this man so dreamy?
Bro, what are
only
you
because of Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm interested.
He said he's dreamy, Logan. You know that's a compliment, right?
I know.
I think he means, does anyone care about a Metal Gear Solid movie?
Oh.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, maybe does anyone care about Oscar? I don't know. I that's the way I read it.
Doesn't.
I feel
I
like
care.
I feel like they could have casted worse. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad cast at all, but I'm just saying they could have casted worse. I mean, hell, we could have got Mark Wahlberg as Solid Snake. Then what you think?
They got John Cena.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
John Cena would have been the worst pick. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's cool, I guess. Is this like another one of them Uncharted situations where like they're just going to go straight to Metal Gear Solid 4 because they're going to wait so long to start production that he's just going to have to play Old Snake the way that Uncharted did with Mark Wahlberg?
I just had a funny thought of Jim Carrey playing.
Oh God!
Wow.
I would watch that movie way before I make watch a real Metal Gear Solid movie. I would watch the Jim Carrey version of it.
Could have gotten Jack Black.
God.
Jack Black is Snake.
You just see Jim Carrey popping out of the cardboard box.
Hope he does it like the
He's
Rhino
hiding.
scene in
I was gonna say he's gonna hide in the Rhino.
It's weird to say though, but like the I think the best video game movies lately have been Sonic was great and Detective Pikachu.
I liked it.
I mean, those 2 movies are just solid.
I haven't seen Sonic
So
yet,
what
but I
you're
really
saying is
liked.
because Jim Carrey was in it. That's why it was good. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It was something. It's something about Sonic that I don't know. Maybe I need to.
You're not in the right scenes. You need a Sonic OnlyFans account there. Just.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't.
Yep.
It's Sonic fans.
New record.
Just tell them.
2.5 seconds.
Just tell them that you got to go fast, and then they'll give you more money.
Yeah.
Is this OnlyFans joke ever gonna die?
I don't think it is.
I don't either.
I had to bring it back.
Do you want it to?
I had to bring it back into.
Not really.
No, it can stay alive.
LeRon, if you make one, maybe the joke about it will die because then it's not a joke. Yeah. Maybe you should just make one.
But then we have a show called It's a Review Show of what LeRon does.
LeRon's OnlyFans in review.
Oh my god.
OnlyFans in review.
Oh, so
There's
now-
got to be a
oh,
podcast
so-
out there doing that.
Oh, so,
No, did
so-
you
so
see
thanks,
somebody tweeted it kind of funny this week of saying, after they get done with this next one, like the only thing for them left to review is Pornhub. So they made the Pornhub logo into an intro with Pornhub in review. It was great.
Wow.
Thanks for giving me a new level of performance anxiety now. Thanks, guys.
They make pills for that. It's fine. Remember, if it lasts longer than 4 hours,
Longer than 4 hours.
you gotta call your doctor.
No.
Call
Honestly,
Austin. He knows.
No. If it lasts longer than 4 hours, the person I'm looking at is in trouble.
Which one are you looking at? There's 4 of us.
And when you're done, we also have, the butt plugs that we're now going to be selling on BioWare's.com.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Can't wait. I'm
Definitely
glad
have
that
to.
Corey finally patented that idea. I'm glad that he went along with it. He looked.
I know.
I told
You've
Cole
been
that
telling
he-
me for
he's
years
excited.
about.
Wait. I'm curious. What size bullet is in it?
Bullet.
Wait. Oh, look at that. I gave you guys a new marketing idea.
I don't understand.
The
Bullet in a butt.
little vibrating thing that you insert. You know what?
The vibration is just me saying save 15% off on sports.com. Using the promo code.
That's a world
No,
I've
actually,
never
it's
explored.
It's just a PS5 controller hooked up.
Oh, dude, that would hurt so bad.
All
Talk
the
about
different-
haptic
all the-
feedback.
all the
Yeah.
different zones that
We could definitely do some really messed stuff. We can make the butt plug happen where it fans out, and if you want to pull it out without pain, you have to go subscribe to Boss Rush.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Guys, remember to message me to slap that. This is not for anybody under the age of 18 on YouTube, so we don't get flagged later.
You guys are some freaks. Jeez.
as soon as you put me, LeRon, and Austin on a show, you knew you were going to.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, I knew what I was getting today.
Yeah. When Austin was like, "Hey, I can join," Logan and I just had to look like, "Oh, here we go."
Man,
It's nice to not have to feel so buttoned up today.
Earn that E on Spotify, y'all. Like, let me tell you, it's a point of pride around here.
I missed this show. I know it's the first one I've been on in a long time, but I missed it. Sorry, Ed. I might have to take over hosting this show. Anyways, I think on that note, we're going to wrap up this episode. I want to thank everybody for watching live on twitch.tv/BossRushGames Live. If you can't catch us live, you can head on over to YouTube and podcast services and catch the video version of this show every Monday morning. If you like it, please subscribe. If you listen to it on podcast, please rate and review. Subscribe to all these guys as well. LeRon, where can we find you?
You can follow me on social media at Exodus803. That's EXODUS803. That's also my gamer tag. So yeah, you can find me on PlayStation Network, Steam, Xbox, all those places. And don't forget to check me, Austin, and Nelly out on Tuesday nights over at twitch.tv/Exodus803 for the Crossroads PlayStation Show, where we talk about all things PlayStation. And this week we've got a returning guest and we've got a special guest on this week's show.
Nice. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me almost everywhere as Phantom NXS, including SoundCloud, Twitter, Twitch, all those places.
Logan?
You can catch me on a new episode of Rope Talk that just went up today with special guest Matt from Assemble, one of the few people we really, really wanted to get creative with this year and finally got to do an episode with. We broke down NXT War Games. You can also catch me Monday on the Land Party podcast with special guest Celeste. She came over. She had fun. It was a
Oh
good
boy,
time.
that episode's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
learned about my true feelings about Tom Brady.
Oh, God.
Oh, well, I mean,
And
she didn't.
why-
She didn't come back to chat screaming about heathens and stuff. So I think y'all did pretty good by her.
I don't know. She was leading the
Well,
charge.
She was in the chart.
I was gonna say.
It was, honestly, yeah. He's like, oh, like you got loose. Yes. And then just Logan Corkins on Twitter, and then Trash Talk. Fridays. Hey, Trash Talk's 2 times a week now. By the way, we're doing NBA episodes on Saturdays, NFL episodes on Fridays.
Just for the next few weeks.
Just for the next few weeks.
Oh, you guys don't want to get burnt out?
Well,
Two episodes in one night's a little rough.
well, football's always the main focus, but when football season's over, all the sports will get put together and it'll be one show again.
I mean, when you get to a certain age, 2 times in one night is rough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You can get it twice.
Hey,
I thought you had to wait 24 hours.
It's only when you're doing it with Nick. He needs time off.
hey! Certain people aren't supposed to kiss and tell.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was my fault that time.
Wow. Austin, where can we find you?
You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter and PlayStation, of course. You can find me on Xbox as Red Fanta Panda.
Red Phantom Panda?
Red Fanta Panda.
Oh, Fanta, like the drink.
Yeah, the drink.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, I was actually proud of that one, and then I came up with the PlayStation 1.
I need a new gamer tag. I changed mine, and I wish I wouldn't have, and now my old name is gone. So, very sad.
Isn't it like $5 or something to change your name now?
It's 10, but I still have my free
10.
one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
And then
So
if you want my Switch code, just ask me on Twitter, because I don't remember my number.
nobody does.
No one does.
Corey? You trying to get an incognito gamer tag? Is that what's going on?
No, I don't know. It is different from Twitter and stuff. I just want something cool to play on.
Oh yeah, got you.
You can find me at IamCoreyHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me here on a plethora of things on Boss Rush Games. And remember, play games, be better. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Take care.
Let Kojima produce the movie.
Yes.